Good afternoon, and how are you, reckons? I hope you are good. Exhausted. Okay, that's well, it's a good excuse. I can't go to college because I woke up late and I'm tired. Yeah, well, that's new. But welcome to this transfer window. And what the interesting thing is, if you remember the last transfer window, we were approached by Newcastle and Manchester United. We turned them down. Arsenal apparently were interested in my services. I didn't know about it, apparently. I didn't get offered an interview. The first I knew of it was an email saying, how do you feel about Arsenal wanting to hire you? And I said, well, I don't know anything about it. That's the first I've heard of it. My board then came in and said, fabulous, that I was backing the Ipswich team and that I wasn't interested. And it seems to have gone to sleep. Hey, Saul, and I just wonder, is the game giving me the opportunity to leave Ipswich? Both summers we've been considered. Barca was too expensive for me, way too expensive. I had a very, very difficult transfer window so far. We're going to go and have a look at that. And in terms of players out, there are a lot of players gone out. Brandon Williams went out for 16.75. Castiles went out on a free. We go back to Luca. I sold Lorenzo Luca, probably an error. After seeing what's happened after, and the striker problem is continuing for me. I've got real problems. I've taken a chance at striker. And then Ahmed Diallo, he went out 26 mil. Fassini went out for 18.5 mil. I think that's probably it. A number of people who were just surplus to requirements, they also went out. We knew that this guy Mastantuono, I'm going to call him Franco, he was going to come in. 7.5 rising to 10 million. We made a decision on that before the season ended, long before the season ended. We liked the look of him as a youngster, and so he's come in. And Badgetic we also knew about, not yet fully developed. He will be a late developer, Badgetic. I know that from my Newcastle save. That's coded into him. And even now, he's not that bad. Even now, he's not that bad and can happily sit in central midfield and do a decent job for me. I wouldn't say he's first team material, but he will get there. He has the potential to be a good Premier League player. I know later on he gets better than that. And that's it, really. We've brought in this guy, Pablo Marin. He is 24 years old, kind of like a desperation signing. Central mid on attack. He's just come in as a squad player, really, to support the likes of Scott in that centre mid area and Badgetic in that centre mid area. And I have got some players who are coming in. We have Kelleher, the reserve Liverpool backup goalkeeper. We've got him coming in on loan. I haven't scouted him properly yet. I desperately needed a goalkeeper. And I thought, well, what I know about him in real life, he's a decent goalkeeper. Problem with his, all I could get him in for, with the shortage of goalkeepers that my scouts are finding, is this future fee after 10 games of 17 million. So whatever money I've got left, 17 million is coming out of that. And also a bonus if we win the UEFA Conference League. And we did make it into the Europa Conference League, finishing 8th. But we are going in at the playoff stage. I would imagine that we'll win that fairly okay. So he actually is going to be coming in. It kind of solves my goalkeeper problem. And then Verbruggen can be back up. And then I finally got my man. I wanted Nicolas Dominguez. He's only slightly interested, though. But we have looked at getting him in. He solves my Carrilero problem. And he hopefully will be a good addition to the midfield if he decides to come in. He's considering his contract. And then I was looking at 2 strikers. I had one cheaper who wanted wages of 150,000. That was way too much for me at the time. So I then looked at this guy. And I thought the price is a bit high for him. But he's got really good finishing and composure. Really good first touch. He's good dribbling. He looks, and he's got bags of pace. He looks like, on the surface, like a very good player. Until I look at concentration being 5 to 8. Now, I thought about it. Do I want to sign him? He was more expensive, but his wages were lower. And I thought, I've seen this concentration issue. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? It seems to be working okay. One of the problems that I think I might be experiencing is that scoring goals is harder using this version than it has been in the past. I don't know if I'm just got a bad team or whether it's something to do with the patch. I did read someone on the Discord that said it might be something to do with the patch. And also I do believe there is a new patch coming out which will address something to do with the strikers not scoring enough goals. So hopefully that patch will come out very soon. But this concentration issue, and I went back to a player that I had in FM23, Lewis Wilden. It was known as the Wilden save, and he had concentration of 7. And the way I dealt with that was that if he was having a bad game, I just told him to focus. And then he would, 6 times out of 10, he'd go and score a goal within the next few minutes. Sometimes even 2. So I thought, okay, maybe we'll try that. I'm desperate for a striker. There's no other players available. And then I looked at his information and found he's a wonder kid. So it's the first wonder kid that I've actually signed. He's waiting on his work permit at the moment. It's the first wonder kid I've signed for a long, long time, because you know what I do? I just rely on my scouts to bring these players to my notice. So I don't know how he's going to work out, to be honest. And I left the deal to my director of football, and apparently he's come in as an important player, so he's going to have to play all the games. The biggest problem that I've had is nobody wants to sign for me. The good players do not want to sign for me. In terms of finances, I still have 120 million in the budget, but you got to take out 17 million of that for Kelleher. So I've got 103 million left. I've got 80,000 wage budget left. So I still can sign players, and I reckon that I probably need a winger. I've got Valesco and Arribas as first choice. Mastantuono or Franco, he can play as a backup on both sides, but I probably need an extra winger, as Gould is going out as well. So I'm probably looking for a winger. I haven't changed the defence much. So I'm probably looking for someone on the left. I do believe in Finkgraft, and I think Timon is decent as a wing back. So I'm struggling that I don't want to let any of these go. Juan Lu will come in and play as right back. And in central defence, I think that we're quite strong. I believe in Atom. I think Atom's going to be a great player. And Sia is rated as a good Premier League player. And Liverpool are sniffing around, as well as a couple of Saudi clubs. I don't want to particularly get rid of him. Tactically, I'm stuck, really, in a sense, because they're all familiar with how I want to play. But it's this one. Do I want to play with an inside forward, or do I want to play with a winger? And I'm kind of thinking that I want to underlap, which means that we can play narrow. So I actually am thinking that let's keep cut inside with the ball, and the underlap will then be looking for, I don't know, I'm really struggling, because I could also play the two as, and then make him a complete wing back. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for me to make a decision. So I know a lot of people don't play. I watched somebody the other day who didn't play the friendlies. I do, because I want to see, and I'm going to experiment with that role. I think with the two inside forwards, we're going to end up playing narrow. And yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with certain things. Lack of physicality. There's definitely a lack of physicality there was in midfield, and I think bringing in Dominguez, if he comes in, that will help in terms of the physicality that we have in midfield. Alan, Scott, they're not physical players. Marin's not a physical player. Fernandez can put his boot in. But I don't know. At the moment, I'm kind of stuck. The transfer window has been difficult because nobody wants to come. And the number of players that I've actually approached. Oh, I've got the sound on, have I? The number of players that I actually approached, and then they were dubious and they didn't come in. So I don't know. It's been a very, very tough transfer window. And I think that the game is telling me I think you should move. I don't like this for a friendly. They're playing with a 4-4-2. I don't particularly like that. And I've got a young centre-back in here today. And I want him I want him to show me if he's got something. I doubt whether he has. His name is Cameron Henry. He's getting his first chance in the Ipswich team. And I just want to have a look, see if he's got something, if he looks composed, if he makes mistakes. I believe in Atom as a youngster. He came through last year, actually became my best player last year. So I'm not afraid to play these youngsters, and we are building a younger looking team with a smattering of experience in there as well. So let's I mean, friendlies we should be winning anyway. This shouldn't be an issue, but I am keeping an eye on what happens on the right. And is my wing back getting far enough forward in terms of supporting the winger? If my winger gets too isolated, then he might be losing the ball all the time because he's not a great dribbler. So I'm looking to see if he gets too isolated, and then it might be that I might have to play the centre mid on attack as a Mazzala on attack to get some support out wide for him. But the idea at first is to play narrow, and immediately they're not listening to what I want. With the support wing back, what I could experiment with, and I might do, is to look for the underlap. Play the right winger as a winger, which Arribas is happy playing as, and then see if we can underlap with the right wing back. And we are like, what is going on, boys? We're like taking shots from miles away. They are, oh boy. They are already doing my head in with these long shots. But, I mean, we should, another shot from 30 yards. What is going on here, boys? I'm going to have to tell them to be a little bit more disciplined. They just a penalty, ref. That's got to be a penalty. So we'll go one ahead. Although we don't have a penalty taker either, and we had a penalty in the last friendly, which we eventually won 7-0. It was too easy, but we missed a penalty. But Morstadt has done very well with that. Arribas missed the penalty in the last game. We don't really have a good penalty taker in the team. That was nicely put away. So it's been, for me, this has been, and I hate transfer windows anyway, it's been an exceptionally difficult transfer window. This striker who's coming in, I've no idea how he's going to perform. He just looked to me, even though he's not fully scouted, he looked to me like he had good, solid, advanced forward attributes, except for his concentration was really poor. But as I've said, I've seen that before, and if you keep an eye on them in game and keep telling them to focus, then they do respond occasionally. In fact, more than occasionally. And that save that I did with Norwich became known as the Wilden save, because he set so many records. We were there for about 5 seasons, and he just it was more than that, 7 seasons, and he just kept banging them in. He was getting like 40 goals a season, and he had a concentration of 7, which, if you keep an eye on him in game, he'll respond. I'm hoping this kid will respond as well. It also might be that mentoring him properly, and finally Marin has got a goal. Mentoring him properly with the right people in his group might have an effect on his concentration. Who knows? We'll see how he develops. That might just increase anyway, the more he plays. He played a lot of football last season for his previous club and ended up with an average rating of 7.11. For a youngster, pretty impressive. So that finally made my mind up. I had to have a striker. And there have been no strikers available, really. I did try a couple who didn't want to come. Even Cunha. I tried Cunha. He didn't want to come. I guess we have to get to Europa League before these players will start wanting to come. And it really is about how we set up tactically and how we attack, basically. I think we need to score more goals. And I've got the two of them out wide. He's going outside now, so he's kind of isolated a little bit. And I think if I slow them down, I'm going to try that and try and slow them down instead of getting to the byline there. Slow down and have the wing back come inside. Let's just try that underlap. We're going to have to play narrow anyway. Verbruggen has played very well in both of the friendlies. He's getting much better ratings than he got at the end of last season. Hi, Neil. I'm just wondering, is there a problem, Neil, with the latest tweak in terms of strikers and scoring goals? I read something somewhere there might be a problem and you're bringing a patch out. Am I correct? And I'm wondering if the fact that my strikers can't score goals at the moment might be due to the tweak, this version of the tweak. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Are you bringing out a patch that addresses strikers scoring goals? They're slightly under, but the next patch. When is the patch coming out? How far into the season will I have to go before the patch? Because at the moment, and the entire last season, my strikers couldn't score. Most of our goals came from midfielders and defenders. Atom scored pretty much more than anybody else from set pieces. Morstat did get 13 in the end, but for a striker that's not good enough. Luca was dreadful. I think he only got 11, which is why I pretty much decided to sell him. Defensively, I think last season we did very, very well. I think that the units started to work together. I didn't really want to change the defence. I needed desperately a goalkeeper. If Sia goes, it'll bring in... He's got a release clause of 44 million. So if he goes, that will be 44 million again we have to spend. There are a number of very good central defenders who can play as fullbacks. They're available. So is that patch going to address the strikers as well, Neil? The one coming out tomorrow? It would be interesting. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this wonder kid striker coming in, and Marin's having a good game today. I put him back in because he was very complacent in our first friendly. Very, very complacent throughout the game, and kept having to tell him to focus. And he never actually got any better. He was complacent until I took him off after 60 minutes. This time, I'm keeping an eye on his complacency. He's got 2 goals now. He's confident. And hopefully he won't be getting complacent anymore. I actually had to give him a rollicking at half time and tell him, like, focus. This is it's important that you get involved. And he's having a very good game today. And he's 24 years old. He doesn't look that great at the moment. I think give him a season, he'll start to look a lot better. I'm still looking for this underlap. I'm happy to see Ari Bass coming into this midfield area. And I think with the three in midfield, we're a lot more secure. Oh, what a chance. Morstat missed. But strikers are still not really hitting the target. So hopefully tomorrow, when I do the patch tomorrow, we'll find our strikers hit the target a little bit more. I mean, I have had a bad team. It's very difficult to judge. This is not a good football team. And so it's very difficult to judge if they're playing well or not. Aribas is cutting inside, and it's like, I don't want to stop him doing that at the moment. So, because he's now got 2 goals. So what is Garosibal doing? At the moment he's looking to go outside, but coming inside, he's getting used to it, I guess. It's going to end up very, very narrow. Kind of like I saw West Ham playing. And the other option, of course, is to switch him to an inverted wing-back, so that he comes into midfield rather than using the underlap. Something, again, we've got to consider. And we might look at that in the second half. But at the moment, I'm not seeing much of an underlap. We've just switched that over now. Might as well do it now. Just to see. And this is why I play friendlies. And I saw watching someone stream the other day, and he just was doing instant result on the friendlies. And I'm like, you can't see if anything's working. And I know pretty much that the underlap isn't working. So now I'm going to try and get him in here. It makes us even more narrow. But I'm not sure that's a bad thing. Not really sure that's a bad thing. Being more compact. Our passing isn't brilliant, so being more compact laterally might help us. We might go back in the end to having them as a wing back and looking to get outside. We'll see if we're better in midfield with him coming into midfield occasionally. I don't know. This is like a tough team to work with. Yes, I did, and I thought you did really well, but none of those players were available to me, and Barca was way too expensive, way out of my price range. Every transfer window is different, Saul. That's why I used to, remember I used to just at the end of seasons put it out there, and I'd see all these transfer windows coming in, and some were great and some were not so good, and every transfer window and the players available are completely different. Some of the players that you brought in were just not available. They were not on the list. Your striker, for example, is not there. He's not on my list. There were very few strikers that have been found. So in the end, I had to go for that wonder kid. And let's hope that is a good decision. And the only other one who was very dubious anyway, and had an offer outstanding, I think, from Aston Villa as well. He was very dubious about coming because I couldn't meet the wage demands that he was asking for, but Villa could. In the end, I managed to get him to accept an offer, but I didn't think that he would accept. And the longer it went on, I thought he's going to go to Villa. And kind of went with the risky one. Do you use DaVinci? No, I don't. The mods I've got, one came from Sorted Out, and the other one was just the badges and trophies upgrade. So I'm trying to keep mods down to a minimum. Ah, okay. So I don't do that, Saul. I just simply can only sign the players that the scouts find. And I've got a really good chief scout as well in Helena Costa. She's absolutely brilliant. The players that, I mean, she's found some like worldies, but there's no way I can afford them. The wages that they would want would cripple me. And I think I have to build with young players who are not quite so good. If we can win the Conference League, we'll get into the Europa League. So with young players then who play together for a season, there's a good amount of experience in there as well. Then I think that it will work out, and then once we're in the Europa League, we'll start getting better players. I like this narrow stuff because I can see that there's a ton of players overloading the middle. But I guess this inverted wing back, I'm not really seeing a lot of evidence of him coming into midfield. Where is he? He's here. Is that him? No, that's the centre mid. That must be him. Yeah, so he is coming into midfield. And that's a good defensive outlet as well. So that he's like a rest midfielder there. So that he is coming inside. And I'd like to see more of that. Oh, Joseph, I remember him from my Swansea days. Way, way back. I mean, these games on our holiday training week and a half in Scotland, the only difficult one we've got, I think what we're going to play either Celtic or Rangers as the last one. It'll give us an idea of how we perform. The first two are just generally play against weaker teams so we can have a look at how things are working. But then later on, I've booked in some very tough friendlies for them, and they're going to struggle in those friendlies, for sure. As we get fitter, there's a couple of tougher friendlies to come. I think we're playing Benfica in one of them, and that will be a huge test for them. We've got teams like Rapid Vienna coming up. These are going to be big, big tests for this team. Defensively, I've been very solid. I'm very reluctant to change that defensive unit. I think they will get better and better. And Henry hasn't had a bad game for a young kid. He's not had a bad game so far. He's getting very tired, though, and he's not going to last more than 45 minutes, but I think he's done very well. And Garosibal is quite narrow, sitting as the fullback. He was quite narrow then. He is coming into midfield. He can't quite make his mind up what he wants to do. Support the winger. The problem I have is if Arribas goes out wide on his own, then he's going to have no support, which is why I am thinking that perhaps the Marin should be playing as a Mazzala. And he's not as good as a centre mid on attack. So for the moment, I'm just going to keep him as the centre mid on attack. It's also possible I can tell him to stay wider, and that will mean that he's not getting so isolated. That's also an option. We'll try that for the second half. We do need to change Henry. My line is set to high, so I think I might put Sila where he likes to be as a cover. Yeah, I know. I've been really busy this morning, Neil. I don't know if you know, but I'm trying to lose weight. I've lost 5.4 kilos already in a couple of weeks. And I'm walking a lot. I'm working out a lot, trying to strengthen my upper body. All stuff I need to do after my surgery. So I'm really working it at the moment. And it's taking up huge amounts of time. And this morning I got up late. And then I realized, gee, I haven't done the thumbnail yet. And that was just change the episode number. That'll do. So I will change it probably this afternoon or this evening. I'll change it while I'm watching the Man United game. Because that is something that I plan to do tonight. I'm getting very distressed. Stress is not very good for losing weight. And United, I'm sure, will stress me out. Absolutely 100% sure of that. I'll take a draw tonight. Absolutely take a draw. Away at Atletico. They are actually been watching them play over the season, and they're a very good team. And whilst the pundits are saying Tottenham and United are the favourites, I don't agree. I think Atletico Bilbao are the favourites. I think they've been playing really well. Unlike Ipswich here, who have been playing really badly. The number of shots we've had is 24, and we've converted 6. I guess that's not bad, but it could have been a lot better. That is better. That's how I want them to play. I don't want them shooting from out here. They are a very good team, Neil. I've been watching them, and I'll take a draw tonight. I'll even take a 1-0 defeat tonight. But anything more than 1-0, I think we can kiss it goodbye. Oh, bobbling around. What I do like about your tweaks, Neil, is that you get that kind of action where it just is bobbling about in the 6-yard box. And you don't see that very often in the default match engine. But that was really looking a lot more realistic, and you're trying to find where's the ball gone. So that's what I've really enjoyed about the tweaks that you've done. That for me, and I'll call it graphics. I don't care if I get told off. I'll call it graphics. Graphics for me are what I see on the screen. And so the graphics look a lot better to me. Player movements better. Go on, Arribas. Go on, son. Now, that's a function of the underlap looking inside now. And that's a good goal. And that's Garosibal coming into that midfield area. The winger slowed it down, looked inside, 2 passes, and then Garosibal appeared. That was good. He didn't try to go outside. He just slowed it down, waited for support. Marin supported, and Garosibal in midfield supporting here. That's kind of what I'm after. So that's good. So maybe it's an inverted wing back that we've got to be playing there. That's pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. It's time to switch the team now. 60 minutes, we'll get these boys off. Morstat, what are you doing? Why is he clapping him? That was absolutely dreadful. I wasn't clapping him. I've got Joanne Liu, who can also play, who is probably better, according to the coaches, than Garosibal. I'm not sure I agree. But he can also play as an inverted wing back. So the right-hand side, defensively, if I can find someone who can play both sides, I'll be quite happy. If he's cheap, can play both sides. I know I've got Boselli, centre-back, who can play both sides. Also, Badjetic can play as a right-back. So if both my wing-backs on the right get injured, I do have cover. On the left, I may not be so strong. I'm not sure about Timon, and Finkgraft is not quite ready yet. Oh, Alan. I'm actually training him to not take long shots. He's got this trait, likes to try long shots. He's really wasteful, and I'm trying to remove that trait at the moment. I'm still waiting for news on it. Oh my God, he's terrible at long shots. Who manager before? What on earth did he put that trait on him for? Absolutely dreadful. But it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to make my subs now. The whole team needs to come off. My reserve goalkeeper at the moment is injured. So Finkgraf can come and have a game. Juan Liu can play, and we will put him also as the inverted wing back on support. And we've already brought Sia on. Now it's time for Atom. Badjetic will come on. I'm going to play Badjetic as the DLP. Possibly. Alex Scott can come on there. Humphreys can come in here. Actually, I'll switch those over. Humphreys is not the greatest. So I want him to shoot less often. The rest of it, we'll say stay wider as well. We'll personalize that for him. And up front, get a first look at Franco. And then I have this young kid, Melvin Emmanuel. Played very, very well in the last game. And I'm struggling here now. Al-Ahmadi. I think he is an advanced forward. And we'll go with that. Just to give them minutes. But what I want to see is them still following the pattern that we've set up. And you can see Garosibal coming into that midfield area. That's exactly what I want from him. Interesting that we were then quite vulnerable in this area. So transitions might be a problem for us in the Premier League. Oh, Franco got himself on the score sheet, did he? I think everybody, when we saw him at the end or the middle of last season, and when we decided to sign him a couple of months before the season ended, everybody agreed that he was a good player. He's young and will develop a lot. And he's had 2 pretty decent games, as well as Emmanuel, who I don't know quite where he's come from. I saw that he'd been out on loan. Thought, let's give him a shot in the training camp. Looks like Badgetic is offside there, is he? Nope, it's been given. Where's Joe? We're going to get the 10 here in a friendly, Joe. Badgetic, of course, can play as a centre-back and a right-back. But the problem with Badgetic is that he's a very late developer. He doesn't really come into his own till he's about 27. So he's got 5 years before he reaches the player that he's going to be. But when he does reach his peak, he becomes world-class. He was a world-class player in the Newcastle save. 28 years old, brilliant player. He became my first pick on the team sheet. Got to get him in. So one of the reasons why I thought I've got to go and get Badgetic, even though he's not going to be very good at the moment. Atom, on the other hand, love him. And he's got me to 10-0 now. Friendlies are friendlies, and I know that's why a lot of you guys don't like to watch them. But I want to see how things work. And at the moment we're seeing the system working. The real test will come not next game, but in the game after. I think it's either Rangers or Celtic that we're playing. And by then I'll have settled on how I want this wing back to play. Whether I want to play the right wing as a winger. It could play as a winger and still have the underlap. Which will mean then that Garosabel perhaps doesn't go too far forward. He might stay wider as well. I don't know. We'll play, and that's why I like doing friendlies. I can play with things, and I don't have any concerns in terms of player roles on any other side, any other part of the pitch. Oh, he's going to get a red card now, is he? I think they're all complacent now, are they? No, would have preferred to stay on the bench. Anxious and lacking. We just we'll just tell him to calm down. It's not the end of the world, this game. Don't know why he's anxious. He's come on and scored, but I don't know why he's anxious. Anxious about injury, maybe. Oh, Atom. What a player. I mean, I can't see why I would need an extra centre-back. Atom and Sia would be my first choice this season. And then we have Boselli and McKenna as backups, and they're very, very good central defenders. And changing things for the sake of changing it doesn't make any sense. I know Sia is wanted, and probably somebody will come in eventually with his release clause. It's only 44 million. But I don't know why I would want to change something that I'm not too unhappy about. I'd love to have a decent backup wing back who can play both sides. But even having said that, I've got Boselli who can do that. I mean, these Scottish teams are not very good, are they? Albion Rovers are not very good. But it's always nice to see players scoring goals. Love it. It's a pleasant change from the Premier League with this club. Boy, do we struggle in the Prem. I mean, getting them to... I've got to take my hat off to myself, getting that bunch last season to 8th and going through what I went through. I think that's an achievement. I think it's an achievement with that bunch of players. I thought we'd had a good transfer window. We didn't, and I don't think this one is any better. A couple of decent young players have come in, and if I can get Dominguez into that midfield, that will strengthen the midfield a little bit. And then if we also have the inverted wing back coming into midfield, then we're going to be better in midfield. Well, there's that Emmanuel. You see, he's... I have to have a look at him. They're saying he's not far short of first team. I think the attributes, his passing is dreadful, but who cares? If he keeps banging in goals, who cares? He's an excellent League One player, 19 years old. They're saying he's not far short of first team. He'll probably struggle in the tougher games like Rangers or Celtic. But at the moment, his running, his movement is really good. I was impressed with him last game, and he's impressing me now. I think he probably is one that needs to go out on loan to a bigger club. I need to bring in a winger. I've got my eye on one. There's definitely one that I'm looking at. So he could, we can find a big club for him to go to, I think he might do well. Maybe a championship club who are going to give him a real test. And again, he's making space for himself. Nice little pass inside. I'm quite impressed with how he looks. He had a very good game last time and a very good game this time. The Atom again. Atom is absolutely insanely good. I've only, like maybe 3 times have I only seen him, and he played a lot of games last season. There's only about 3 times have I seen him below a 7. What a player. We've had 43 shots, have we? And only 11 goals. 25%. Got 45 shots. Got to do better than that. 50% on target. It's really not good enough. Too many long shots. And there's another one. Way too many long shots. Wonder if I have to click that be more disciplined box. In fact, I might do that for the next game. Just tell them from the start, behave yourselves, that you're not good enough to be shooting from there. Oof, good save. Verbruggen, I think, is a good backup keeper. Kelleher will make a difference. I do believe he's a good goalkeeper. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this year. I'd like to win the conference. I think that if we bring in a couple of more good players, I think we could. But how our Premier League form will suffer, I don't know. I guess that's going to be about rotation. And I guess we're going to have a season like the last time we were in Europe. Here he is. He's taking the free kick. He's a confident young lad. And he's just taking free kicks now as well. And he's on an 8.5. Franco is on an 8.3. And Atom is just dominating the penalty area. So in terms of our defence, I'm pretty happy. I need a winger. And see that bobbling again, Neil? It just bobbles about. It just, I like that. Don't see that often in the default match engine. Joannalu's doing a good job coming inside as well. There he is. It's kind of, they're both were operating kind of like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just coming in here, getting shots. So I think we'll tell him to shoot less often. I think that's already done. And it might be they just need to be more disciplined while they're learning how to do this. Well, this boy Emmanuel, he's now taking corners as well. Atom's got himself another one. Emmanuel's got him now another assist. I don't know what it is about him. He doesn't seem to be ready. The coaching staff are saying he isn't far from first team. A year out on loan in the Championship would do him the world of good. That's it. 12-0. We are going to get tougher tests. I'm going to say it was a win and a good performance. And we have Rapid Vienna, LASK coming up. They're much better teams than we are. So we look at what we've got coming up. That's probably, and this one are the only easy ones left. Oh, we then have Hibs, not Rangers. That will be a stern test. Austria Vienna, Benfica, Rapid, and I don't want to be playing here against poor teams. We need to be testing ourselves now. So now we're looking at transfers again. And are we getting any of these players in? I don't know when the work permit, and Ryan Gould is gone. Got another 11.5 million in the bank. So he's finally gone. And why did you sell him now? Because he was rubbish, basically. My job's to make difficult decisions. And I felt the time was right, because he's absolute rubbish. So that gives us a little bit more in the bank, but we are going to lose about 60 mil once all those transfers go through, if they do. Carlisle, loan approach, Hearts. That would actually be a good loan for him. I think it would be a very good loan for him. 80% of his wages. A good monthly fee. I quite like that. And there's no option to buy or whatever, so I don't think there is anyway. No. So I think that's did I move something there? Yeah. Bonus upon qualifying for the Europa League. What's that? 10 games. They're happy with that anyway. So he can go out on loan. I think he's a nice player, and if he has a good season, we'll keep an eye on him. Who's a Winkler? Oh, he's finally, I've got my striker in. And will be interesting to see his final attributes. He's a wonder kid. And let's say the fans are very happy. It's a talented and important player. As I said, the only thing that I worry about with him is his concentration levels. It's the only thing. I think he wants the number 10 jersey as well. So we'll see what he's like. Oh, that's the one I was looking at. But unfortunately, he's gone. Ah, boy. I do need another winger, I think, just for depth. Humphreys can play out on the left wing, but I'd prefer him not to be out there. So I want to make those changes now. So I'm going to make them inverted wing backs. And now it's time to try Juan Lu first. Finkgraf. And Atom. See, this is quite a strong team. For this level, for this friendly. Hey, Oleg. Anyway, to improve stamina, do beginning of the season, make sure you're doing in pre-season, make sure you're doing endurance. A lot of endurance. So it's something I used to do but don't do. Go in instead of like overall, or where they've got a rest period. They don't need to rest in pre-season. So let's look at the next one coming up. The next week, 2 overalls there. Put in the first one, because there's a game there. In the first one, put in endurance. Just go to physical, and get at least 2 of those a week. So that's a rest day, kind of. They're doing physical there, outfield. Another overall. Do we need another overall there? Let's put endurance in there as well. And for the first 4 weeks, make sure you're doing that. That will improve their stamina. And what you'll find is that your results at the end of the season improve. So that's one way that you can improve stamina in your players. But by the time you get to October, mid to end of October, you've got to stop doing it. No, we're going with what I was doing. I'm picking the team at the moment, mister. So we have... Who's going to play at the base? Scott. No. Badgetich. Scott's going to play as the centre mid. Scott's going to play as the Carrilero, actually. And... might try out Humphreys as the centre mid. He can have a start. So can Melvin, Emmanuel. And Valesco. Oh, is he? He's not available because he's not with the squad. So we're not going to see him yet. Is there any way I can add him Tell him to get on the train. It didn't give me that option, did it? No, there's no option to add him. So if I go to the squad registration, I don't think it's going to be in there. No, it's not going to be in there either. Never mind. Let's just fill up the bench. I'm pretty happy with that starting 11 against whoever it is, Carrick Rangers. But again, I want to be making sure that we are playing according to how I want them to play. So at the moment, he's put him... Where is he? Put him in with Arribas and with Emmanuel. So Arribas has got a balanced personality. His concentration isn't very good. I think maybe I'll think about off camera. I'll think about moving him to another group. I don't think that's the right group for him. And has agreed. Oh, he's going to... He's now not coming to us. He's going to Inter Milan. This is the problem that I have had all the way through. I'm hopeful now with him going out that we might... Current asking price. What is his current asking price? 4.8 million. What is his current asking price? Your asking price for me is unrealistic. What do you consider fair? Let's go to 975. No. He's still not happy. It's my final offer. He's alright on 500k. I don't know why he's even sitting... why he's even... I'm even dealing with this. He's never played in like 4 seasons. So I don't even know why I'm fretting over that. There is another way that I can raise money, and I did have a look through. If we go to the transfers and click on that one, and in Carrillo will bring in almost $1 million. This guy Liam Gibbs, I have no idea who he is. He will bring in 6.22 million, so that's 7.2, and I could get another million and a bit for Harwood Bellis. So there's another 8 million that I can raise if I need to get some money. But now I've still got to find a goalkeeper, and this is like, I go to the players that have been scouted and found. Two, that's all there is, and they're both not great. No, he's just not coming in. Part of the problems that I've had is that a lot of players who have been negotiating with me have been saying you have to improve your goalkeeper. Let's have a look what's on the short list. $29 to $37 million. He's a good goalkeeper, but have I got the money for that? And then there is this Sebastian Vegas. Oh, he's not a goalkeeper. I thought he was a goalkeeper. Nico Manti. Probably would be a good signing. His aerial ability isn't brilliant, but he's 6'4". His first touch is horrible. Reflexes are okay. Would make him a decent player. But I wouldn't say he'd be a good Premier League player. His positioning is very good, though. I wouldn't say he would. They're saying good Premier League goalkeeper who's I don't think he's good. I think he's decent. But he's something I can think about. And then there's this one. An enigma to me. And I think we've lost him now anyway. I think he's gone. No, he's still there. So he's still an option. He is a very strange. And the reason that I haven't done anything yet is I'm looking at his balance is very poor. That's not great for a goalkeeper. His mentals are not brilliant, but he's okay. Makes decent decisions, is decent positioning. He's very brave. But his command of the area is extremely good, as well as his aerial ability. But he's only 5'11". This is kind of... It's a little bit of an enigma. So I don't know what you guys think about that. How could he be that good in the air when he's only 5'11"? His jumping reach isn't brilliant. It's only 13. He fits the bill in terms of shot stoppings, one-on-ones. Fits the bill in terms of price, but he's only 5'11". How can he command the area like that? And one of the things they say is he's consistent and ability to take charge of the penalty area. Relishes big matches. There's nothing really except settling in that bothers me. It's just the fact that he's 5'11". And for a goalkeeper, I'd prefer him to be 6'4". But his aerial command is better than the taller guy. What do you think, guys? Should we... I am very limited in my options. Very, very. And the price is right. And at the moment, he's classed as a decent Premier League and will become a good Premier League. I don't like the fact his balance is poor. And I don't like the fact that he's only 5'11". But in terms of his aerial ability, he's up there. Meslier, I don't have that kind of money. They're going to be wanting 40-something million. I don't have that kind of money. As I need to bring in a winger as well. Can I get him on? What's his transfer status? 29 to 37 million. I mean, I don't have a problem. He's going to want 100k in wages. I mean, yeah, I'd love to bring him in. They're reluctant. Unless the offer is too good to be turned down. I'd have to sit and work that out. Asking to leave. Is that what it said? I mean, yeah, he'd be a very good signing. Very, very good. 29 million though. Shall we do it? Let's just try. Let's go 20 million. But they're saying that they want at least 29. Oh. Yeah, I'm just considering what to do here. That's why I went quiet. We can add, but again, this will affect my budget for next season. Let's just do 2 installments and go. Let's go 7.5. And let's just drop that down to 19. And then after league appearances, we'll add another 2.5. Oh boy. See, they want total of 48 million. And I know he'd be a good goalkeeper. Oh boy. $24 million is too much. I'm just gonna go 21, and that's my final offer for now. And I'm gonna go 13. And that's my final offer. Okay. After league appearances, 4.3. That 350k is neither here nor there. Oh, 21 million. Okay. He's very interested, but feels there's more appealing options elsewhere. He's looking at Saudi. Yeah, first choice goalkeeper. Don't have a problem with that. He's actually interesting. He's not suggesting that we the salary is high. Yeah, he doesn't really want to stay here. I can't argue with the release clause. Oh my goodness me, still not budging off 47. Okay. That's a lot of money. That's going to break my wage budget. But I'm absolutely desperate for a goalkeeper. Ooh, 26 million for Fernandez. Depends what's available. There's not really much available to replace him. He's been pretty poor. He's been pretty poor, but he actually does want to go. I don't think he's listed. He was part of my plans, but I've got to replace him, and there's really not much available in terms of replacing him. If we go to... Let's go tick those 2 boxes. Young players, so let's do it by ability. Oh, we got... Somebody was talking about adding physicality to the midfield. Got another one who would add a little bit of physicality. He's very much a defensive player, though. Could play as the DLP, but probably I would not want him playing as the DLP. But Scott and Allen can do that job. Can play as the Carrilero. Can play as centre mid, but I wouldn't put him on attack. Although I don't know why not. I've seen centre mids with that. That would add a little bit of physicality. So he's available on a free. And Tyler Morton, I've tried. He's not interested in coming. In fact, let's take him off. Tyler Morton is not interested in coming. Why didn't he actually go off there? Never mind. They're just not really available. So, I mean, if he wants to go, I should sell him. And it is 26 million. But it's, yeah, 26 million right up front. Let's let him go. I know he does want to go. But we have brought Dominguez in, which is a very big bit of good news. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Spike. Just get Makengo in. I mean, someone was talking about adding physicality to the team, and I do know it needs to be a bit more physical, especially in midfield. So he would be a good one. I think he's on the short list here. On a free, he would not be bad. I have to watch the wage budget, don't I? I could even change the Carrilero to a ball-winning midfielder on defend. So, yeah, let's approach to sign him. Oh, okay. Better not do that. We expect to start majority of matches. They all do. His wages are quite low, and Fernandez' wages will probably cover that. We can't do that. Strengthen the goalkeeping area. We just done that. So they're not worried about the defence. They were worried about the goalkeeping department. And hopefully, if Meslier comes in now, we've done that. So we're going to approach to sign him now. Regular starter's good. No, we're taking that off. Can have that one. And we've already done that. So let's go with that. 47 is reasonable. I don't have any issues with any of that. He wants a little bit more. He will add definitely physicality to the midfield. What I'll find now is that the negotiations with Fernandez will break down and he decides he doesn't want to leave. And we have completed the signing of Dominguez. So we do have a much stronger midfield now. And yeah, I'm going to have to go back to that because somebody wants to be the number 10. So I've got a lot of young players. He's under 21 still, doesn't need to. Winkler is under 21, he's under 21. So I've actually only got 19 registered, because they're all pretty young. Yeah, I've just said that. I was thinking that, Spike. There's nothing to stop me using the ball winner role in there. Give us some solidity. I mean, even Scott doesn't mind doing that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. But we've got to get these players over the line yet. And what I'm finding is it's very difficult to get them over the line. And we want to go and win this game. We want to win it comfortably, if you don't mind, boys. Shouldn't have any problems with us. If we don't, I'm going to be very annoyed there if we don't win this. But I'm guessing this could be another 9 or 10. Hopefully. But what I want to see is the system working. So we have got... Oh, Juan Lu's on an inverted fullback. I want inverted wing backs now. Need to change that for Juan Lu. Well, it's not going as well as I wanted it to. We haven't had a single shot yet, and we're a bit under the cosh. Well done. Now then, let's have a counter-attack here. That's absolutely dreadful. You can see that we do need more physicality in midfield. We lose the ball in midfield so much. We also pass the ball so badly in midfield. I mean, the other way to use... I've forgotten his name now. The person that we're trying to sign, Makengo, would be to put him at the back. Put him at the back of the midfield as a ball winner and move the playmaker up to an advanced playmaker. That's the other way to look at that. But we got to get these players in and get them playing. And Meslier will be a very good signing. He's about as good as I'm going to get. We don't have to worry about the 17 million for Kelleher. And we've just got another 12 million in for Gould. And we've got 20-something million in for Fernandez. So we can get our winger as well. There's Atom again. He never lets me down, that boy. He never ever lets me down, Atom. He's immense in the opposition penalty area. Maybe I could try playing him as a striker if we go behind in some of these games. In the last few minutes, put him up top as a striker. When he's in the opposition box, he's lethal. It's interesting how wide Sia was then, because the wing back was probably in midfield. No, we don't want to be doing that, Finkgraf. Yeah, he's on shoot this often as well already. Oh, chance. Atom isn't that tall. I wonder why he's so good in the box. Emmanuel is playing well again. He's like full of bags of confidence. Just taking free kicks. He's taking corners. He wants to be part of this game. Nice little pass inside. And again, a good run, but he wasn't spotted. Oh, that was dreadful. Dreadful defending. And here we go. The floodgates are going to open. Oh dear. Oh dear. What poor defending. I say Joanne Liu is the only one who's not performing from the defence. He's on a 6.8, but that's probably because he's struggling with the new role. Where is he? Keep an eye on him. There he is. So he's defending nicely as a fullback. So if we turn the ball over, what happens to him? So still defending in a back four, which is good. But we didn't turn the ball over. We keep an eye on him when we turn the ball over. What does he do now? Right, okay, where do you go? Oh, he's going outside this time. So he's not going to come inside every time, and that's good as well. I mean, Trent used to go outside sometimes. But I'd like to see him in the centre on occasions. There he is, actually. No, there he is, in the middle. And that's pretty much where I want him to be. It's how he performs after transition. Can he get back to defending? Yeah, he's running through the middle now. He's in a good position there. Quite like that. Where's Atom? Oh, that actually was Badgetich getting on the end of it this time. Badgetich isn't actually doing too bad, given that he's not the finished article by a street. I still think he's a good signing for a few years' time when he starts to realise his potential. It's I don't know if people are aware that that's like a hidden attribute, this late developers. There are a number of them in FM24 who develop late, and Badgetich is one of them. And if you hold on to him, even though he's not great now, he will become world class by the time he's 27, 28. He will show no improvement over the times when he should be. This is good. The underlap is working quite nicely as well. I think we'll settle on that. That tactic is looking good enough for me. We'll see. We'll see how it looks against Hibs. That will be a bigger test for them. So we'll see how that looks against Hibs. But at the moment they're playing exactly how I want them to. And there's Joanne Liu. He's inside. He's in midfield at the moment. Very central. Yeah, he's doing well. It's not the tanking I thought we were going to give them, though. But you can do that all day. As far as I'm concerned, we've got the defence who can cope with that. I'm going to change the team at half-time this time. 45 minutes each. Oh, very nice. Franco. Emmanuel with the assist. What a cross. What a header. It's looking good. I just want to see these new players getting in over the line. And then see how much money I've got left and how much wage budget. And then I need to plan to get a winger in. Because we can't be playing Emmanuel or Mastantua Franco. We can't be playing them as first choice. So we do definitely need one more winger. And then I think that'll be right. See what money is left. See what we can bring in with the money that's left. But do I need anything more after that? Another striker maybe. But I can't bring another striker in because that wonder kid wants to be an important player. He wants to play all the games. Morstadt is going to suffer because he's not going to be getting many games. Morstadt could play in a lot of the conference stuff. That would be good enough for him, for his development. And be there in case Wonder Kid gets injured. It's quite exciting that my scouts have found a Wonder Kid. It's the first one in a long, long time. Oh, unlucky. First Wonder Kid in a long, long time. So, like, I know there's a lot of guys who just go out there and just find all the Wonder Kids and sign all the Wonder Kids. You don't get the same excitement then as I do when the scouts finally find you one. I get really excited when they found one. I could do that like everybody else, just go and find all the Wonder Kids and sign them up. But then it wouldn't be exciting then. Go on, what a chance. Oh, poor shot. Cross would have been better. So he is coming in. You can see he's coming into midfield there. How well does he get back is the question. Oh, he did all right. He got back quite quickly. Have to do it quicker than that in the Prem, though, but he did okay. Oh, lovely, but that's poor. It was a lovely pass, and he's just showing his immaturity there. He's better out wide, actually, isn't he? Away from the goal. And that was a good outside run. So Joanlu doesn't limit himself to the middle of the pitch. It was a good save. Maybe I should have signed that goalkeeper. It's unfortunate that I couldn't get Keller here in. I do know that Meslier in real life makes a ton of mistakes. I don't know if he's going to be the same in FM. Yeah, let's tell them I'm happy. And let's make our changes now. So, Timon. Is Boselli fit? No. Timon can come on. Garoshabel can come on. McKenna. He's not quite fit, so we'll leave Sia. Fernandez, Marin, Allen. So we'll do Marin, Fernandez and Allen. Arribas. Still a problem. You can see how the problem I have on the wing. Who is Santos? Who was I playing on the Velasco? Oh, he's playing up front, isn't he? Let's bring Velasco back for a moment and bring on Morstadt. And then we might have to try out this Santos. You can see we have a problem on the wing because we're not able to fully replace them yet. Immediately trying to get Morstadt in the game. It's a shame that I didn't have the option to bring the new striker on this training camp. It's a shame that that option was not there. I'm going to tell them to be more disciplined. I think this might be something they are struggling in terms of they're shooting way too much from outside the area. Stick to the plan, boys. Just tell them to just follow the plan a bit more. Oh, there's another one. Sia's got one. See, when you're inside the box, you're lethal. And we know that from last season. If you can get into the box, you're lethal. So I'm looking at what is Aribas. He's just playing as an inside forward. Go on, have a sprint up the middle. Marin doesn't actually look too bad for a youngster. Looks decent, and that's a nice goal. He looks very, very decent, Marin, for a young kid. But with a bit of luck, we've got two good midfielders coming in very shortly. And Fernandez is gone, but we're bringing in two very good, strong midfielders. And hopefully that will make us a little bit more solid in midfield. Both of them have got a good pass on them. One thing about FM that's lacking, I wish they could, like there are long passes and short passes. And we don't know if these players, when we sign them, we don't know if these players are good at short passing or long passing. It's I wish FM would give us that option. Which one are they good at? Scouts can't actually look at that. Another one for Morstat. So I think we found our penalty taker. Aribas is not the one. But Morstat's game time's going to suffer. I really can't wait to see this new striker. I think we'll go to key highlights now, so that we can get the Scottish tour out of the way. I'm not worried about losing games in the Scottish tour, and I think the tactic's working the way I want it to, and I just want them to keep playing like this. And then we'll get through the Scottish tour, and then we'll be able to have a look at the new boys. I'm happy that they're playing exactly how I want them to. I just need to find out as well, get these boys in and find out how much money I've got left. Because I definitely need to find a winger. Or an inside forward, should I say. Oh, he does that from time to time, but I'm trying to stop him doing that, because most of the time they blaze over the bar. I don't think we're going to succeed with stopping him from taking long shots. It's what he likes to do. And sometimes he does put them away. Very infrequently, though. But sometimes he does put them away. And so does Aribas. Sometimes Aribas puts them away. I need to rest Valesco, I think, don't I? Although he's not very tired, but I think I need to give him a rest. We'll wait until 70 minutes. And then we'll bring that young Santos on. Let's go to Valesco now. And bring on... Actually, we could bring on Al-Hamadi. Give him a run out. Just rest Valesco, because Hibs is a bigger game. I'm quite happy with my defence. Defence looks good. But they have played together for a season. They should be good together. We haven't changed them at all. Go on, Timon. Go on, son. Oh. He's got to shoot less often. How can I stop him doing that? I can't really. 34 shots again, only 19 on target. It's not good enough. $8-0, we'll take that. Come on. Time's up. There's not going to be any more highlights. That's it. Time's up. Well done. Let's move on to Hibs. It's a very encouraging performance. So they all got to play there. More scouting. There's a winger again. Another good young player. I actually quite like him. Prefers to be a winger, but can play as an inside forward. Long shots, though, would let him down. Inverted winger. Again, needs long shots. But we could play him as a winger on this side. Arribas actually prefers to be a winger, and with the underlap, that might work. He's an option. Definitely worth looking at, he is. He's good. He's 28 years old, though. The goalkeeper again. We've just finished scouting him. We know he's gone to Inter Milan. Emmanuel set to move on loan. Compile match reports on him. Just want to keep an eye on him. Are we going to beat Hibs? This is a big test. This is a big test. Yeah, this guy was the other one I was looking at. But he was more interested in going to Aston Villa. His finishing isn't great, but that doesn't matter. He's got good composure, good off the ball, very strong. I would have liked to brought him in, but He also wanted a huge amount of wages. Who is this guy? No, I don't think so. He sneaked that one in, did he? Who's this guy? Rodri. And these staff. So I'm waiting on Makango. Where's Dominguez? Did I just cancel Dominguez? Or did he go somewhere else? Oh, he's already signed. I thought I'd cancelled Dominguez. He's already here. He just can't be in this squad. So let's get this Hibs game out of the way. And then we can have our squad. I think, how many are we waiting on? 2. The goalkeeper and Makango. I know what's going to happen. Meslier. And we got 58 million left. We're still 1582. We still got some wage budget. And because I made that promise that I would improve the goalkeepers, Meslier will now say he doesn't want to come. This is how FM works. It's silly to make a promise. He's gone. So that's another 17 mil that we've got. Attacking mid, I'm not sure we want an attacking mid. Oh, he's a winger as well. He's not as good as the other one. Good pace. 21 years old. He's already on the short list, isn't he? No, we don't want him. If Sia goes, he's my number 1 choice. 22 years old. Mentals are very, very good for 22. So if Sia goes, he would be my number 1 choice to replace him. Decker's also a very good player. So we've got plenty of replacements. We're done with DMs now. Unless he doesn't want to come. And then that's the Celtic goalkeeper who doesn't want to come either. I've been beset with that. No, I don't want to go to Ipswich. Ipswich are rubbish. Which is true. It's very, very true. So I want a strong team here. I actually am going to start Stanic if he's available. Where is Stanic? Where's he gone? He's not in the squad. How can I start him? There he is. So we'll start Stanic. Juan, Lucilla, Atom, Finkgraf, Badgetic, Scott, Humphreys. I'm going to play Marin, if I can find him. Arribas will play on the wing. Switch those over. Arribas and Valesco. Morstat up front. Oh, I can never find these players. Marin is the one. So we're a bit short on the bench today because of those transfers. But it's okay. They should be able to play for a bit longer. And Santos might have to get his game after all. Boselli is fit again. Do I want to start Boselli? Yeah, we're going to start Boselli. He's gone now. And that's it. That's the bench. Who's Rodri? Oh, he's a staff. Work permit for Makengo. That's good news. 19th of July. Why not? Why isn't it possible to purchase him? Because he's not for sale. I mean, why can clubs do that? I see that a lot, but I don't have the option in my squad to click them as not for sale. So how can other clubs do that and I'm not allowed? Let's get rid of that. I want to get that goalkeeper in over the line if I can. And then I think we've got two very decent goalkeepers. Alan is not really fit, is he? But he's on the bench. Okay, let's play Hibs. And then we'll play one game where we have our new striker, the brand new midfield. Hibs, going to be a tough game. Are we good enough? Are we good enough, boys? I think we are. I think they are. They're a similar rated team to us. Well, they're playing in a 4-4-2, which is unfortunate. Pushing high up the pitch quite nicely at the moment, but we are getting back into it. Let's check on the position here. Must be mostly defensive actions. Possession. We've had the possession, though. Yeah, and understandably, they're focusing down our right-hand side. But we should be good enough. Get in. More stat. Get in. If we do that, boys, we do not miss. If you listen to me, we do not miss chances if you do that. He's still now on a... I've got to change that, haven't I? I've got to have him coming inside if we're using the underlap. Yeah, okay, we know it's onside. If you actually listen to me, boys, and you keep doing that, you will score lots of goals. But if you keep shooting from outside the box, I don't know why you haven't learned yet. You're not going to score goals. Oh, it's 1-1. The first goal we've conceded in pre-season. Line was high, that's why. Yeah, ball over the top. I need to drop the line a little bit. If that's the way they're going to play, I just need to drop the line a little bit. What I might do as well is just tell him to step up. Yeah, I know, he's onside. We already know that. So we'll just tell them to step up a bit more as well. If we could drop the line, just get the midfield to step up. Unfortunate, but I didn't do the research and I didn't see they were playing 4-4-2 wing play. Come on, boys, this is not good enough. I did say this was going to be a bigger test. A much bigger test for this team. Similar rated teams. But we have been better than them. But up front we've been very poor. More stats are alright though. It might be in midfield we've been poor. Individuals, Valesco, Marin, Boselli, and the goalkeeper. So let's get your act together, boys. You need to do better than this. First goal we've conceded in pre-season. I suspect we're going to concede more in this game. But I'm not too worried. Why is Boselli? That's why he's low. He's got a yellow card. Now, Marin, show us what you got. That's it, nicely. Looked inside. Fullback should be inside him. Scott tries one from distance. It got a deflection. But what is he doing? Be more disciplined. You're not supposed to do that, but wicked deflection. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. But the goal's gone down as an own goal, which suggests again it was miles off target. We can't be doing that. Marin, why is he not playing well? It's on a 6.4. Who's the home team then? Marin. One pass completed. Oh, that's tackling. Passing. 81%. That's not bad. He's won all his aerial duels. He's covered a lot of distance. Actually, he hasn't done bad. I don't know where this is coming from. He's not defensively going to be responsible for anything. He's quite composed. He's just like, his rating is just poor and I can't figure out why. Okay, let's make some changes then. Marin being one of them. If I have a midfield centre, Humphreys can come on. Valesco, pretty poor. Goalkeeper is coming off. Bad idea to play Stanic. Come on, let's add to this, boys. This isn't enough yet. See, against a better team, we don't quite look that good again. Losing the ball a lot more. That's a good pass. Now, into the box. More stat. That's a good goal. Now, that is exactly what I want you to do, boys. Get the ball into the 6-yard box. And we don't miss. That is exactly what I need you to do. He's not going to miss that. He's 6'5". He's 6'5". He isn't going to miss that. Right, okay, let's make some more changes. Aribas is worn out. And El Hamadi will have to come on here. Scott McKenna can come on here. Sia can come on that. Garosabal. Timon. It's midfield. Very short in midfield. I don't know who Leighton Booker is, but these two do need to be changed. Leighton Booker may have to have a game. I don't know how good he is or not. And then the other one is Morstat. So I'm going to have to play Santos up there. But we have a 3-1 lead, and hopefully we're going to hold on to that. I'll be happy with that. They're a good team, Hibs. As good as us, that's for sure. And we've come through it. That's pretty good. And then when we go back, we'll have 2 brand new players. Hopefully 3. Time's up. 3-1. Well done. Morstat, excellent. Emmanuel update. 6.9 did well on his debut. And we have Ostend coming up. But after that we have Austria. So I want to play a weaker team against Ostend, but we can try out the new boys. Can try out these new boys. So let's go and have a look at how we're going to set up. We give time and 45 minutes. Dominguez. He's going to play. He's going to play as a ball-winning midfielder on support. So get some strength in that. Alex Scott can play as the centre mid on attack. Starting to look a bit better in midfield. And Alan can come on at the base. Sia for Boselli. Are they all fit? Yeah. Juan Lu needs to be replaced. Garasabal. Let's change Juan Lu to an inverted wing back. But we want to play Garasabal. And we want to play Humphreys, actually, will go in there for this game. Bosselli is not fit. So Sia McKenna is the one for Atom. And then we have this boy. Mostert on the bench. Marin on the bench. Don't want two goalkeepers on the bench. So that'll do. We get to see Atom's work permit. He's on one of these ESCs, Atom. I think we just have to renew that. I don't think they're going to present me with any problems. Wing play. So I probably have to lower the line, because they're going to throw long balls over the top at me. When are the playoffs going to be? That's the other thing. The playoffs for... Have they been put in? Yeah, it's the playoff is here. So it's after the season starts. Just do that for now. Still waiting on Meslier and Makango. Oh, they're both now work permits. So they're both coming in. Meslier is here. So he can start against Ostend. So it's good to have him in. Things are starting to look up a little bit. And we still have only 19 there. But we've got a lot of young boys. Atom's work permit has been fine for the rest of his contract. That's pretty good. Ipswich, yeah, okay, whatever. And one more to come in. Makango. And then we'll see how much money I've got left then. Makango actually was on a free, and one of them was on a free, wasn't they? Pretty sure. No. Yeah, Meslier can come in. I actually agree with that. Cameron Henry having another go. Actually, yeah, well, let's try that. Let's play him on the wing instead. Actually, we will use that squad. Dominguez on the bench. Masturami on the bench. Oh, blimey. Juan Lu on the bench. Sia on the bench. Valesco on the bench. Alex Scott on the bench. That should be enough cover for Bruggen on the bench. Dominguez, he's fit to play. Should be ready to go. Come in and play as that ball winner instead of Humphreys. Let's have a look at you. See what you can do. What's Finkgraff doing up there? That's better. Downing has great respect for Meslier. Let's hope he doesn't make as many mistakes in FM as he does in real life. I've seen him making a load in the championship games I watched earlier this season. He made a load of errors. But we're going to see our brand new... whether he actually plays as a striker. At the moment, I'm not so sure he'll be too happy that he's playing as a winger. Really not so sure he's going to be happy about that. He will want to be a striker. But we'll just play him there for now and see what happens till we get our other winger. Tyler Morton. I wish I could be in that race, but he doesn't want to come here, unfortunately. Right. This time I'm going back to comprehensive. So I want to see these players play. Let's go. Let's go and play some football here, boys. Should be a fairly comfortable win, I would say. But you never know. You just never know. Want to see Meslier making some really good saves, making some good decisions, up front being clinical. Want to just keep an eye on the rating of Winkler. Just keep an eye on his rating. And then if he is playing poorly, we'll just tell him to focus, because we know he has this poor concentration. So we'll keep an eye on his rating. Oh, poor pass. Come on, boys, this should be a comfortable victory. Oh, good save. That's why we brought him in. Not a good start. Poor pass from Winkler. Poor tackling in midfield. Now then, go on. Go on, son. You've got bags of pace. Stretch your legs. Stopped and had a look. Oh, Marin stretched his leg, but the shot was dreadful. But encouraging. Is Atom on the pitch? Yes, he is. In fact, that's Alan, not Atom. Little back heel into the box. We don't want any of that nonsense. We do need to keep an eye on his rating. If he goes to 6.4, we'll tell him to focus, see what happens. He appears interested. He's actually back up to 6.8. Oh, what happened there? Poor clearance. Morstat can't be the number one striker, so he will have to play as the number one striker. Morstat 2 and Velasco 3. That's why we need a winger. But it's all about money now. Dominguez. Don't really want him doing anything special. Just stay where you are and win the ball. That should be the goalkeepers. Oh, another poor pass. I think it was him, wasn't it? Passing from the right-hand side is poor. Can you have a run? No. Looks for the underlap. That's good. That's pretty decent. That's much better. Atom now, near post. Go on, son. Didn't go to him, poor corner. Yeah, see how narrow we are? But I kind of want that because we've got so many bodies in midfield now. I kind of want us to be narrow. That's a nice pass. Go on. Not quite. Last season we were predicted to finish in 17th. I wonder what the prediction will be at the moment after this shambles of a transfer window. I can play Morstat as the striker in the Conference League for most of it anyway. And then this new boy Winkler, our wonder kid, he can play in the Premier League. And that should keep them both happy. Oh, Marin, you should have put that away. That should have been 1-0. Get in, go on. Now, what can you do from there? Nothing. Well, he's actually still he's just gone down to a 6.7. Just keep an eye on it because I think he does have poor concentration. Might have a look. A bit of a dive. This is concentration. Yeah, 7. So he reminds me very much of Lewis Wilden from the Wilden save at Norwich. And we were able to work with him quite successfully using touchline shouts. So that was actually, though, FM 23, maybe 22. And I wonder if touchline shouts are still effective as they were back then. But we'll try it. As he's still on a 6.7, so we can't shout at him yet. 6.7's average. And it is his debut. And he's not playing as a striker, bless him. Which will upset him. Now, get in, finally, 1-0. See, if we do that, you follow the plan, we will score goals. But this team does not follow the plan very often. That's it, low cross into the box, easy peasy. And every time you do that, boys, you score. When you try to do it your own way, it's awful. Dominguez is on a 7. I wonder why he's on a 7. If I mean, could have a look. It's probably his tackling. He's probably winning the ball because I haven't seen him doing anything else. We go to tackling. He actually hasn't made a tackle. So I wonder what it is. Passing. 2 key passes, that's what it is. Oh, go on, Morstead, you're in. Oh, he's missed it. Penalty? No, have we got a bit of a diver here? We bought a little bit of a diver. It's down to 6.8. Yeah, we'll just quickly look at that in a minute. That's crazy. Once we get this game over, we can see who we've signed and how much money is left. I always get this feeling that the transfer window has gone to plan. Like last season I had it as well. It's gone to plan. I brought in who I wanted to bring in. And then they go and let me down. But there's a number of players on the pitch who are brand new. He's a wonder kid. But at the moment he's not showing it. On his debut he's not quite doing it. But he doesn't want to be playing on the wing. He wants to be a striker. And I don't have a problem with that. But he will have a problem with that. So I need to bring in a winger. Because we are in the Conference League, which means that we're going to have to rotate. So I desperately need another winger. So a number of players have gone out. We've lost Luca, Fassini, Gould, Fernandez, Castiles went out. We didn't touch the defence. We've kept the defence. We focused on up front and midfield. Luca's gone. But we still have Arribas, Valesco, Morstat. And we'll see the players we've brought in. Marin is one that we've brought in. Morstat, nicely done. And we've got a very young team now. It's a very, very young team now. And there's a smattering of experience in there. Dominguez is 27, I think, playing as a ball winner. We needed physicality in midfield, and we've brought two in. Not sure if the other one's on the bench. Not sure if he's on the bench or whether he hasn't come in yet or... No, he's not on the bench. Maybe he's not arrived yet. He's waiting for his work permit. So we've got two strong boys, Makengo and Dominguez, to strengthen the midfield. And then we have Scott, Allen, playmakers. We brought in Badgetic, a late developer, but useful to have in the team. He will develop eventually, and useful to have in the team. Winkler is the new striker, but we're having to play him on the wing to rest one or two players. Marin is new, come in. There's nobody new at the back. Meslier, the goalkeeper, come in from Leeds. He cost 20 million odd. But we were having problems with the goal. We've had problems all through. He's complacent. And this is where he will need now to be told to focus. Because his concentration levels are poor. So he will need to be told to focus at some point. And maybe it'll work with him exactly the same way it worked with the other player. That I had, Lewis Wilden, who also had 7 concentration. Every time I told him to focus, not every time, but a huge chunk of the time, he then went and scored. So we'll just check on his mood. No reaction at this point. Interested. So he didn't interact. So I'm actually going to tell him to focus. See what happens to him. Hey, Mauricio. I mean, apart from his concentration, he is an exceptional young player. He's classed as a wonder kid. And the first wonder kid my scouts have found in a long, long time. But he does have this concentration issue. Overwhelmed by the feedback when I told him to focus. But he really needs to concentrate. Almost. Lovely pass. I noticed that. It took me ages to decide whether to sign him or not. But there wasn't anyone else available. I had very little choice in the end. I mean, he is playing on the wing, which is not his favoured position. But as soon as we get another winger in, he will be playing as the centre forward. But Max Morstead is actually doing well pre-season. He's got 2 now. And he's quite, if we can get it into that 6-yard box, we score a lot of goals. Problem I have with this team is they try to do it their own way. But as soon as it gets around that 6-yard box, we are lethal. Yeah, I know, we know he's onside. So how is he now? No reaction noted. So he's going to be a little bit of a nightmare in terms he's not going to be the most consistent forward, but he is going to score goals. The rest of his attributes are really good, apart from his concentration. That might come with time. It could be that this is just a nothing match and he's just not bothered. Oof. That was a hard tackle. And there's the problem with having the inverted wing back, is it does leave a ton of space out wide. But I'll take this. I think there's a couple of boys who need to come off. Garosibal maybe. Go on, son. Go on, have a run. Nah, that's not what... You see, when we do that, when they do it on their own, we are absolute rubbish. When we play it near the 6-yard box, we're lethal. I'm actually going to tell them to be more disciplined. Just get it into the box like I've told you. So now, see, when we try to do it their own way, they just can't do it. But 3 times we've seen them get it into the 6-yard box and they've scored. Atom probably does need a rest. So McKenna can come on for Atom. And we'll bring Boselli on for Henry. Alex Scott on for Marin. Winkler is on a 6.9. He's not tired, so we'll leave him go. Finkgraf on for Timeman. Joanne Liu for Garosabal. They can have half an hour. Badgetich can sit at the base. Dominguez we will replace with Humphreys, but we'll play Humphreys as the Carrilero. Valesco can come on for Mastuani. Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to leave... I think actually I'll put Al Mohammadi on for Mostat. I just want to have another look. He's not spending any energy, so I want to have another look. Yeah, if you watch what's going on here, you'll see it plain as day, the inverted wing back roll. We've seen so many examples of him doing it. What I found though is that when he does it, it leaves space out wide. So you've got to be very careful when we get sorted and we turn the ball over. Because at the moment, he's sitting there in a 4 at the back, defending in a 4, which is what he should be doing. But if we can turn the ball over, you'll see where he goes. And he's actually scored. Garosabel scored just now from just outside the box, centrally. It kind of looks a little like the Trent roll. So we can turn the ball over and track him. It does work. And I've not used it very much before, simply because I've been afraid that if he comes inside, you leave space wide. But we're trying it now. But we can't get out of our own half at the moment. It's because we've put the subs on. But if we can get the ball, you'll see where he goes. We'll still track him, hopefully. He's just totally not interested. He's uninterested now. I'm going to tell him to focus again. See how he deals with that. Come on, we need to turn the ball over, boys. Somebody put their foot in. There you go. Now watch where he goes. See where he's going? He's helping out in midfield. He's available in midfield. We've created 3-on-2 in midfield. And there he is. He's just going to end up just outside the box. So it's working just perfectly, but look at the space. It means that your central defender has to sit wider so that he can cover that space. Lovely goal. Valesco, that's what he does. So he's doing the job absolutely perfectly. But you do need to get your central defender to sit wider. And in transition then, he can cover that space that the winger will look to exploit. Because he's up here now. I mean, if he was on attack, he'd have been in the box. But he's totally out of place. But now he's back in a 4. If we turn the ball over, he'll come back into midfield to help out the midfield. And it creates often a 3-on-2 in the midfield area. So, yeah, it's something that's crazy that we've been looking at. How good, sorry, Mauricio, how good is who? How good is who? The Wonder Kid. Well, at the moment, he's not impressing me. But he might... I mean, the problem I have is he wants to play as a striker. He's finally got himself to a 7. Not quite sure why. And single-minded after the feedback. So he's happy. But I don't know what single-minded means. In terms of... But at least he's happier. And he's gone up in the ratings. So maybe it has focused him a little bit. Maybe that's what's happened to him. Single-minded means concentrating on only one aim. Only one thing on his mind. Yeah, we could swap him over for 10 minutes, see how he gets on. Single-minded, though, means that there's only one thing on his mind. And if he's happy and single-minded, maybe we put him up here, then he might, because this is what happened with, but you can see it doesn't last very long. Now he's uninterested again. Oh no, that's El Hamadi. So he's still single-minded after the feedback. And this is what happened with the Wilden save. Lewis Wilden scored so many goals, but he had concentration of 7. And I had to keep telling him all the time, focus, focus. And he just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. And so that's a good sign that he has now become single-minded about the feedback. Because single-minded means he's only focused on one thing. And hopefully that's scoring goals. Go on, Velasco. There he is. That was a bit wild. It's a bit of a wild swing. I think he's got, in his little smiley here, he's got a big smile on his face. He's just like, what the hell, single-minded? He had a chance there. It was a bit of a wild swing. I don't know if it was on target, but good defending. It was well blocked. His other attributes are really good for a youngster. Really good. And to be fair to my scouts, they never find wonder kids. But they found one this time. We're just going to have to see how he works out. He's come in as an important player. He fancies himself. We'll give him a chance. He can't be worse than the other strikers that I've had. So he's got to get his chance. But I need to get another winger in, so that he can get up there full time. That's nice. That is a good pass. I quite like that. Yeah, he needs, that's his problem. But he's still single-minded. And this is what I saw about Lewis Wilden in that save, when he scored like literally hundreds of goals. I think he finished the 7 seasons with 303 goals or something. Literally scored tons of goals. You can see now the shouts don't last for very long, because suddenly now he's uninterested again. So they only focus for about a 10-minute period. And you want to try and do it when you're attacking, not like me when I was defending. If you're in a good phase of play, yeah, he will come, I'm pretty sure. His other attributes are good. If he can just get on the score sheet today, that'll cheer him up. At the moment, he's just uninterested. This is part of his concentration issue. He's just not bothered. He's not concentrating. But his rating is still 6.9. So even though he's not bothered, he's playing quite well. But we've got to time these shouts focus to when we're attacking, when it's a really good phase of play and we look like we could score. He will come. And hopefully so will the 2 midfielders that we brought in as well. Hopefully they will bring some strength into our midfield. We'll start winning the ball instead of losing it. And there's the inverted wing back. You can see where he is. He's in midfield. He's supporting the midfield. But you do need this centre-back to be good. He's got to cover that space. What happened there? That's it. A corner. I wish El Hamadi had just rolled that ball across the 6-yard box. That would have been a lot better. Offside? No, he's all right. I would say he was all right. There was a man on the post. But it's okay. He hasn't had the greatest of games, but it's his first game. Would have been nice if he could have scored, but I'm sure he'll come good. He's got all the other attributes. His finishing is something like 17, I think. His composure's 15. His off the ball is 15. But his concentration is 7. He's going to be fun. Ah, boy. If you don't hit those levels, right, that's exactly what I'm looking for. We'd keep the morale up. Not your way. So there you go. It's been an interesting transfer window so far. We still have Makengo to come in. He's going to bring strength into the midfield again. So that'll be quite good. So I'm happy with the midfield signings. Transfers come in. Meslier, Dominguez. We wanted to bring him in last summer, weren't able to. And there's our wonder kid, 19 years old. He's got most of what it takes. His first touch needs a bit of work, but his passing is very good. His technique is very good. Good work rate, but this is the problem. He's just got 7 concentration. I'd like to develop his bravery as well, if I can. But apart from that, I think he's a good player. He's already gone up to 96 million. It's just this one. Just his bravery and his concentration. If we can get those things working well. Runs with the ball through the centre. So that's why he should be playing up top. And in the next game, he will start up top. And we have some tougher fixtures coming up now. They're getting harder. These two, forget about them. They're now getting harder. Hibs was harder. Ostend was a little harder. Austria Vienna, Benfica, SK Rapid. They're tough fixtures. So hopefully we'll get in good shape for when the season starts. I still need a winger. I need to keep on looking for this winger to bring in. But also I have to be aware of how much money I have. And I seem to have plenty of money available. He came in on a free, so there's nothing to come off in terms of the transfer budget. And we still have 108,000. So I do have money to spend. And I'm just going to check the promises. Oh, he wants the number 10 shirt, doesn't he? So I better go and do that. Yeah, he's got... No, that's gone to... So we need to... I can't adjust that now for some reason. Why can't I adjust that whenever I want to? There are periods, I think, where I'm allowed to... We can give him the number 10 shirt, not a problem. Just missing hair. Hair and concentration. Okay, that's it for today. It's been a long one today, 3 hours. Thank you all for coming along. Do appreciate it. It's been a tough transfer window. Players did not want to come, but I think we've done okay. I think we've strengthened the midfield. We've got a couple of tidy players in. We need one more winger. A couple of tidy players up front. One more winger to play with Valesco. Maybe 2 wingers. We'll see what we can do with that money. So we'll be back for another session on... What day is it today? I think it's done for this week. We'll be back on Tuesday now to continue this. And I hope you all have a great evening. I hope you have a great weekend. And enjoy the football tonight. I'm going to watch Manchester United. Others maybe of you may be watching other games. I'll try and enjoy watching Manchester United. I'll try. But it won't be easy. It's like watching Ipswich. So have a great time, guys. And just to finish off, just be safe. Take care. See you next time.